Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're all doing great. Drama class is already started, and as I have shared the schedule that literary criticism that unit that we have finished, we must go through the mock test and practice questions with explanation, detailed explanations. So before that, I thought to bring the mock test to check your knowledge, how much you have prepared and how much you have got the concept clarity. Okay, so in this video you will find the 100 plus mock test questions. We won't take too much time. We have to finish as much question as we can. So you just have to read the question, hear the question and answer quickly. In the comment section you can answer. Okay, and I will also clarify the answer. I will tell you the answer, but remember this is the mock test series, so we won't take much time. I will just tell you the answer, and by this, I just want you all to check your preparation, how much you have got the concept clarity. Okay, so let's start the class. But before starting the class, it's a request to everybody, do share the channel, subscribe, and also like the session. Thank you so much for joining. Let's start the class, everybody. Here is the first question of mock test on your screen. The question is, who is considered the father of literary criticism? You know, this question is little bit confusing. Why? Because there are two writers who is two literary critic who is known as literary criticism, father of literary criticism. But remember, there is a significance differentiation between them. Father of Western, majorly we all know that Aristotle is known as the father of literary criticism, but Western literary criticism, majorly, if you will find, you can select Aristotle. And if there is a question that father of English literary criticism, then you can select John Dryden. Okay, John Dryden. Both have contributed a lot specifically in literary criticism. So that is why both are the competitor, both are known as the, okay, but there is a slight difference. So correct answer of this question is Aristotle. Okay. Next question on your screen. The term mimesis refers to option A, emotional effect on reader, imitation of life or nature, moral teaching, or tragic flow. Correct answer. This is the mock test series, remember, so you have to quickly comment your answer while reading the question. The term mimesis refers to option B, imitation of life or nature. Okay, mimesis concept introduced by Aristotle and also Plato. Do remember. Next question. The concept of catharsis in introduced by option A Plato, option B Aristotle, option C Longinus, and option D Horace. Catharsis is the term which means to release your emotion with the character. So it is the term introduced by option B Aristotle in his work Poetics. Okay, Poetics. Another question we have, the tragic flow. The tragic flow of a hero is known as option A anagnorisis, option B peripeteia, option C hamartia, and option D sublime. The tragic flow of a hero is known as, all these things is already cleared. If any of you have missed the class or you have not watched yet, go to the description, go to the bio and explore the playlist. Everything is created. The tragic literary criticism, fiction, unit 2 fiction and short stories, and also the unit 2 poetry and unit 3 fiction, everything you will find. And the drama, unit 1 drama is also started. So correct answer of this question is tragic flow, hamartia, and the example you will simply remember Hamlet, okay, by Shakespeare, which is the biggest revenge tragedy. Next question we have. Next question, touchstone method in criticism is associated with option A Sydney, option B T.S. Eliot, option C Matthew Arnold, option D Coleridge. Touchstone method is the correct answer. Matthew Arnold. Touchstone method is in criticism associated with Matthew Arnold. Now let's get back to the next question. Poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings said by option A Coleridge, option B Wordsworth, option C Shelley, option D Keats. There are a lot more tricky questions you will find, so do watch till end. Poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings said in romantic age by none other than William Wordsworth. Next question we have. Which term describe a sudden reversal of fortune in tragedy? Option A, hamartia. Option B, anagnorisis. Option C, peripetia. And option D, catharsis. Sudden or reversal of fortune in tragedy. This is also introduced in Poetics by Aristotle. Okay. So correct answer of this question would be option C, peripetia. A sudden reversal or of fortune is peripetia. Correct. Next question. The poetic technique of unifying all parts of a text is called option A, organic unity, option B, affective fallacy, option C, heroic couplet, option D, sublime. The poetic technique of unifying all parts of a text is called option A, organic unity. Option A, organic unity. Okay. So correct answer option A, organic unity. Next question we have. Heresy of paraphrase is related to which critic? Option A, Clint Brooks. Option B, W.K. Wimsett. Option C, I.A. Richards. And option D, F.R. Lewis. Heresy of paraphrase is related to which new literary critic writer is option A, Clint Brooks. Option A, Clint Brooks. Okay. Another question we have, negative capability was introduced by option A, Wordsworth, option B, John Keats, option C, S.T. Coleridge, and option D, P.B. Shelley. Correct answer, everyone? Negative capability. Correct answer of this question would be option C, S.T. Coleridge. Option C, S.T. Coleridge. Correct answer of this question would be option B, Keats, John Keats. Negative capability, option B, John Keats. Another question we have, a Byronic hero is a character type from option A, Shakespeare, option B, Byron, option C, Keats, and option D, Wordsworth. Byronic hero is a character type of a character from option B, Lord Byron. Okay, Lord Byron. Next question. Remember, there is a this is a mock test series, so you have to immediately comment your answer. Another question we have, the sublime in literature and aesthetic was emphasized by option A, Aristotle, option B, Longinus, option C, Sidney, option D, Eliot. The sublime in literature and aesthetic was emphasized by option B, Longinus. Option B, Longinus. Next question we have, which is a major feature of Victorian literature? Option A, realism, option B, fragmentation, option C, deconstruction, and option D, magic realism. Victorian literature's major feature you have to find out. Correct answer of this question would be major feature of Victorian literature is option A, realism. Option A, realism. Next question, dramatic monologue was popularized by option A, Lord Tennyson, Lord Alfred Tennyson, option B, Robert Browning, option C, Matthew Arnold, option D, Wordsworth. Dramatic monologue. Correct answer of this question would be option B, Robert Browning. Okay. Next question. Art for art's sake is associated with option A, Ruskin, John Ruskin, option B, Walter Pater, option C, Arnold, option D, Pope, Alexander Pope. Art for art's sake. Correct answer of this question would be Walter Pater. Oscar Wilde is not here, so we can select the Walter Pater. Okay. Next question. Modernist technique portraying inner thoughts is option A, epiphany, option B, stream of consciousness, option C, pathetic fallacy, and option D, allegory. Modernist technique that portrays the inner thoughts of a character is correct answer option B, stream of consciousness. You know, the stream of consciousness, this technique is highly or extensively used by Virginia Woolf and many other writers. Next question. Which poet emphasized objective correlative? Option A, T.S. Eliot, option B, I.A. Richards, option C, Wordsworth, and option D, Coleridge. Remember, we have to finish more than 100 plus questions. So, you have to be very quick with your answer. Introduced in 1919 in Hamlet and His Problem by T.S. Eliot, in which he has criticized the work. Next question we have, the use of myth to structure modern chaos is called option A, metafiction, option B, mythic method, option C, archetype, and option D, Intertextuality. The use of myth to structure modern chaos is called. Correct answer of this question would be option B, mythic method. Mythic method. Another question we have imagism focused on option A, extended metaphors, option B, clear, precise imagery, option C, moral lessons, and option D, social reform. Option D, social reform. So the concept you have to find out, imagism focused on. Imagism focused on. Correct answer of this question is option B, clear, precise imagery. Ezra Pound, do remember. Option B is the correct answer. Next question we have epiphany as a literary term is primarily associated with option A, James Joyce, option B, Virginia Woolf, option B, T.S. Eliot, and option D, John Keats. Epiphany as a literary term primarily associated with which of these writers? Correct answer of this question would be option A, James Joyce. Okay, option A, James Joyce. Next question. Derrida's concept that meaning is always deferred is option A, difference, option B, trace, option C, deconstruction, and option D, polyphony. Polyphony. Derrida's concept that meaning is always deferred, not fixed, is option A, difference. Option A, difference. Next question. Trace in Derrida's theory refers to option A, hidden reference of other meanings, option B, author's intention, option C, reader's emotional response, and option D, historical context. Trace in Derrida's theory refers to. Correct answer, trace. Option A, hidden reference of other meaning is the trace concept by Jacques Derrida. Next question. We have finished 20 questions. We have to finish more than 80 questions. So be quick with your answer. Next question. Death of the author was coined by option A, Roland Barthes, option B, Michel Foucault, Michel Foucault, option C, Julia Kristeva, and option D, Jacques Derrida. Quickly comment your answer. Death of the author was coined by. Correct answer of this question would be option A, Roland Barthes. Okay, Roland Barthes. Next question. Sauzer's distinction between Lang and parole refers to option A, literature versus poetry, option B, language system versus individual speech, and option C, author versus reader, and option D, form versus content. If you will find any other genres question, you can simply, there must be, the questions must be mixed up. Okay, but majorly you will find the question related to literary criticism part. Okay, so correct answer option B, language system versus individual speech. Language system is a lang and individual speech, how it performs is a parole. Next question. Structuralist concept of opposing pairs is called archetype, binary opposition, difference, trace. Opposing pairs, correct answer option B, binary opposition. Okay, binary opposition. Remember, there is a trick, there is a word you can guess. Correct answer. Foucault's term for social control through surveillance is option A, interpellation, option B, panopticism, option C, cultural hegemony, and option D, alienation. Social control through surveillance, if you will find, you can simply select option B, panopticism. There is already a video uploaded on, and this is also a June 2025 question. So prepare each term. Another question we have. Gramsci's term for dominance through ideology rather than force is option A, hegemony, option B, interpellation, option C, alienation, and option D, false consciousness. Antonio Gramsci's term for dominance through ideology rather than force is the answer option A, hegemony. Okay, hegemony. Next question. Interpellation is associated with which thinker? Option A, Althusser, option B, Karl Marx, option C, Jacques Derrida, and option D, Roland Barthes. Interpellation is associated with which thinker? Correct answer of this option A, Althusser. Okay. Next question we have. Julia Kristeva introduced the term intertextuality, hybridity, difference, or polyphony. Remember, hybridity is a concept by Homike Bhabha. Difference is by Derrida, polyphony is by Mikhail Bakhtin, intertextuality is by Julia Kristeva. So correct answer is option A. Next question, Bhava's concept of colonized subject imitating the colonizer is option A, mimicry, option B, hybridity, option C, subaltern, or option D, Orientalism. Correct answer? You have to find out Bhava's concept of colonized subject. Colonized subject imitating the colonizer. Here the word here mentioned imitating. So we can select option A, mimicry, that is the synonym of the imitation. Okay. So correct answer of the option A. While with your general knowledge, or you can simply understand that you will get the concept clarity, or if you know the meaning or you have the strong vocabulary, you can also find the correct answer easily. These are some easy tips and tricks that you must apply during the when you while solving the questions. Okay, next question. We have finished the 30 questions, everybody. That's good. This is the mock test we are doing majorly for the unit literary criticism. Next question. Edward Said is famous for the concept of option A, hybridity, option B, Orientalism, option C, subaltern, and option D, hegemony. Hybridity, Homike Bhava, Orientalism, option B. B is the correct answer by Edward Said is Orientalism. Next question. Next question we have Spivak's famous essay, Can the Subaltern Speak? Orientalism, cultural materialism, or the second sex? What would be the correct answer? Correct answer, everybody. Correct answer. Spivak's famous essay is option option A. Can the subaltern speak? Okay, can the subaltern speak? Next question we have. Simone de Beauvoir wrote A Creature Feminine, The Second Sex, Compulsory Heterosexuality, or Mad Woman in the Attic. What would be the correct answer? Simone de Beauvoir wrote which of these? Correct answer of this, the second sex. Okay, the second sex. Next question we have Judith Butler's concept of gender as repeated social act is called a creature feminine, performativity, gender fluidity, or hybridity. Correct answer, Judith Butler it is. Okay. Judith Butler. Correct answer, the repeated social act based on gender is performativity according to Judith Butler. Okay. Next question. Adrian Rich criticized option A, compulsory heterosexuality, option B, patriarchy in literature, option C, both A and B, and option D, none. Adrian Rich criticized which of these options are correct? Correct answer of the question is option C, both A and B. Option C, both A and B would be the correct. Compulsory heterosexuality and patriarchy in literature, both criticized by Adrian Rich. Next question we have. Freud is associated with option A, archetypes, option B, Oedipus complex, option C, mirror stage, or option D, interpellation. Sigmund Freud is associated with correct answer, option B, Oedipus complex. Option B, Oedipus complex. Okay. Remember, psychoanalytic, while he was exploring, he gave the concept. Carl Jung, mirror stage, collective unconscious and archetypes. Option C, difference, and option D, hyper reality. Carl Jung. Correct answer, everybody. Option B, collective unconscious and archetypes. Remember, if any of you, I'm recalling you again, I'm reminding you again, do not miss any detailed class that I have already uploaded. Everything is mentioned here, who has introduced the concept, the term, okay? Next question we have Jacques Lacan's psychoanalytic concept is Oedipus complex, mirror stage, archetype, or interpellation. Jacques Lacan's psychoanalytic concept. Option B, mirror stage. Option B, mirror stage is the correct answer. Next question, homosocial desire as a critical term is by option A, Sedgwick, option B, Zeus, option C, Butler, option D, Spivak. Homosocial desire. Find out the correct answer, everybody, quickly, because this is the mock test. Correct answer of this question would be Option A, Sedgwick. Okay, option A, homosocial desire as a critical term is by option A, Sedgwick. Next question we have a feminist concept of writing the female body is option A, acreture feminine, option B, performativity, option C, hybridity, and option D, subaltern. Correct answer. Feminist concept of writing the female body is option A, acreture feminine. Option A, acreture feminine. Next question we have giving human traits to non-human things. Non-human things. Option you have allegory, personification, metonymy, or synecdoche. Correct answer of this question would be option B, personification. Okay, you are giving a human trait to non-human things, non-living things, or non-living beings. So that would be the personification. Correct answer of B. Correct answer is B. Next question, extended metaphor linking distant ideas. Option A, conceit. Option B, metaphor. Option C, simile. And option D, irony. Extended metaphor linking distant ideas. Correct answer? Correct answer of this question would be option A, conceit. And the famous example, a valediction of the forbidden warning by John Donne. The very famous and the most important repeated important PYQs is this question. Do not forget. Next question, who is called the father of English criticism? In the first question, I have cleared this. Aristotle, Dryden, Sidney, and Johnson. Now you can see there is the option Dryden. So father of English criticism, now we can take him to the John Dryden. Next question we have, poetry is an art of imitation. Whose definition is this? Longinus, Sidney, Aristotle, or Horace? Poetry is an art of imitation. Correct answer is option C, Aristotle. Okay, option C, Aristotle. Next question. The poet nothing affirmeth and therefore never lieth, said by, remember all the important quotations, important highlights, important terms, important lines from the work. Wordsworth, Sidney, Dryden, or Pope. The poet nothing affirmeth. Correct answer of this question is option B, Sidney. Okay, option B, Sidney. This line I have not heard, not read yet. Next question. Which critic emphasized delight and instruct as the twin aims of poetry? Option A, Horace. Option B, Plato. Option C, Sidney. And option D, John Dryden. Poetry class is extremely helpful. If you will watch this class only, the playlist I have created, this class is very much in detail on YouTube. You won't find the detailed class till now. I'm not saying like this only, but I'm saying this on the behalf of the students who have shared their opinion, their response, their comment. So do watch these classes to understand all the later period, whether it's related to theme, term, concept, highlight, writers, everything you will find in this. The first I started, I took so much time to finish this class. 16, 17 class we go through, all the students. So do not miss this, okay? It is my suggestion. Correct answer is delight and instructor. Option A, Horace is the correct answer. Next question, everyone. Who divided poetry into epic, tragic, and comic forms? Option A, Aristotle. Option B, Horace. Option C, Plato. And option D, Longinus. Correct answer, everybody. Who divided poetry into epic, tragic, and comic forms? Correct answer of this question would be epic, tragic, and comic forms. Option A, Aristotle. Okay. Next question we have, the concept of sublime in literature is mainly discussed by option A, Longinus, option B, Dryden, option C, Sidney, and option D, Johnson. So sublime is the concept in literature mainly discussed by option A, Longinus is the correct answer. Now let's move to the next question. Let's finish the 50 question fast. Poetry should be please and instruct. This neoclassical ideal belongs to option A, Dryden, option B, Horace, option B, option C, Pope, and option D, Sidney. So here it is correctly mentioned neoclassical ideal. So neoclassical we can find only Dryden is the restoration, Horace is from the uh, ancient poet, Sydney is from the romantic age, I guess, and the Pope is from the neoclassical. So correct answer would be option C. Now question number 50. What oft was thought but never so well expressed? This line I have mentioned in the poetry class. Is said by option A Dryden, option B Pope, option C Johnson, and option D Arnold. What oft was thought but never so well expressed? Correct answer, everyone. Correct answer of this question would be option B option B Alexander Pope. Option B Alexander Pope is the correct answer. So So this is the mock test series. Everybody remember we have finished the 50 questions. I hope you have liked the session and please share to all the students who are also aiming to crack their NET JRF in this cycle, December. So now let's move on to the next question. Be quick with your answer, but just by reading the question, quickly comment, okay? This is the mock test only to check your ability, how much you have prepared, and after that we will have the detailed explanation MCQs questions for the practice. Now question number 51, which critic introduced the term dissociation of sensibility? Option A T.S. Eliot, option B I.A. Richard, option C F.R. Lewis, option D Matthew Arnold. Dissociation of sensibility. Correct answer is Correct answer is option A, T.S. Eliot. Option A, T.S. Eliot is the correct answer. Next question we have, literature is the criticism of life. Who said this? Literature is the criticism of life. Who said this? Wordsworth, Matthew Arnold, Johnson or Eliot? Correct answer? Correct answer, everybody. Literature is the criticism of life is stated by option B, Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold is the correct answer. Okay. Next question we have, who is regarded as the father of practical criticism? Option A T.S. Eliot, option B F.R. Lewis, option C I.A. Richard, option D Clint Brooks, father of practical criticism. Correct answer of this question is option C I.A. Richard. Practical criticism and principle of literary criticism must not forget to prepare. Now another question we have here, Practical Criticism 1929 was written by option A T.S. Eliot, I.A. Richard, F.R. Lewis, Northrop Frye. Practical Criticism 1929. Do not forget to watch all the class. Is written by none other than option B I.A. Richard. Okay, option B I.A. Richard is the correct answer. Next question we have, the concept of the heresy of paraphrase was introduced by, we have seen this question already, so this is the repetition, but still the heresy of paraphrase is option A, Clint Brooks is the correct answer. Next question we have, which essay by Eliot discuss the relationship between poet and tradition? So option A, the metaphysical poets, option B, tradition and the individual talent, option C, the function of criticism, and option D, Hamlet and his problem. Correct answer, it is clear. Poet and tradition, the relation between option B, tradition and the individual talent by T.S. Eliot. In this work, he has mentioned. Next question. The phrase the function of criticism was used by option A, Arnold, option B, Eliot, option C, Lewis, option D, Coleridge. The function of criticism, everybody. Correct answer of this question would be option A, Matthew Arnold. Okay, Matthew Arnold. Next question we have, T.S. Eliot's impersonality theory of poetry suggests. What is this suggest? Option A, poetry expresses the poet's personal emotions. Option B, poetry is an escape from personality. Option C, poetry is mere imitation. And option D, poetry must teach morals. Correct answer, impersonality theory of poetry by T.S. Eliot. What it suggests? Correct answer of this question would be option B. Poetry is an escape from Poetry is an escape from personality. So this is what impersonality theory of poetry by T.S. Eliot refers. Next question we have, which critic is associated with the term life-changing, life-enhancing literature? Life-enhancing literature. Option A, F.R. Lewis. Option B, I.A. Richard. Option C, Arnold. Option D, Johnson. Correct answer, everybody. Which critic associated with the term life-changing literature is the correct answer? Option A. Option A. Correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Option A, F.R. Lewis is the correct answer. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. 60 question. We will finish 100 questions today. Wimsatt and Beasley's essay, The Intentional Fallacies, argues option A, the author's intention determines meaning. Option B, meaning lies within the text itself. Option C, criticism should focus on biography. And option D, literature has no fixed meaning. The Intentional Fallacy by Wimsatt and Beardsley essays argues. What does this essay argues, everybody? Correct answer, option B, meaning lies. Correct answer, option B, meaning lies within the text itself. The way new critic writers suggested that you should focus on the text only rather than any external history, background, author, writers, readers. You must focus on the text only to define or interpret the meaning. So, text itself, according to the intentional fallacy. Next question. Which critic emphasized moral force in literature? Option A, Eliot. Option B, Arnold. C, Lewis. And option D, Brooks. Correct answer. Moral force in literature. So, correct answer of this question would be option C, F.R. Lewis. Okay. Next question. Poetry is the criticism of life under the conditions fixed by the laws of poetic truth and poetic beauty, said by. Poetry is the criticism of life under the conditions fixed by the laws of poetic truth and poetic beauty. Who said this? T.S. Eliot, Wordsworth, Arnold, or Johnson? Criticism of life under the conditions fixed by the laws of poetic truth. Who said this? Correct answer, option C, Matthew Arnold. Okay, Matthew Arnold stated this statement. Next question we have. The poem, if it be a true poem, is living organism. Who made this organic comparison? S.T. Coleridge, Matthew Arnold, Aristotle, T.S. Eliot. The poem, if it be a true poem, is a living organism. Who stated this? Who said this comparison? Who made this comparison, everybody? Organic comparison. Correct answer of this question would be option A, S.T. Coleridge. Option A, S.T. Coleridge. Do watch the video to get many of the concept clear and to check your knowledge too. Okay, to check your knowledge too. Who said poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings recollected in tranquility? So it is the statement we have already solved by Wordsworth, romantic age writer Wordsworth. Next question we have. The poet has no personality to express, but a medium in which impressions and experience combine in peculiar and unexpected ways. Who said this in relation to the impersonality of poetry? So, while mentioning impersonality of poetry, we can find out the correct answer that this most has been said by T.S. Eliot. Okay, T.S. Eliot. Correct answer, option A would be the correct answer. Okay, let's move to the next question. Art is the mirror held up to nature. This famous statement appears in which were Sidney's Apology for Poetry, Aristotle's Poetic, Dryden's Essay of Dramatic Poesy, and Wordsworth's Preface to Lyrical Ballad. Art is the mirror held up to nature. Correct answer of this question would be option B, Aristotle's Poetic. Okay, Aristotle's Poetic is the correct answer. Next question we have. Who remarked that the aim of art is to give pleasure and not to instruct? Longinus, Dryden, Aristotle, and Horace. The aim of art is to give pleasure and not to instruct. Correct answer, you have seen already. Correct answer, option C, Aristotle. Next question is, a good critic is he who relates all literature to life. Option A, Matthew Arnold. Option B, I.A. Richard, F.R. Lewis, T.S. Eliot. A good critic. I can simply relate this term with this statement with option A, Matthew Arnold. He talked a lot about this. Okay, so Matthew Arnold is correct answer. He talked about the bad way of poetry, good way of poetry. Criticized many writers, poets. Poetry is the criticism of life under the conditions fixed by poetic truth and poetic beauty. It is also we have solved, so we can skip. Next question. Next question we have, the language of poetry is the language of paradox. W.K. Wimsatt, Clint Brooks, I.A. Richard, T.S. Eliot. The language of poetry is the language of a paradox. Correct answer of this question would be option B, Clint Brooks. Okay, correct answer. Next question. Next question we have, to judge a poem is like judging a pudding, it must be tasted. Option A, Dr. Samuel Johnson, Matthew Arnold, Ty Richard, T.S. Eliot. To judge a poem is like judging a pudding, it must be tasted. Who said this? This is said by option A, Samuel Johnson. Okay. Next question we have, the best poetry is that which comes naturally. Alexander Pope, John Dryden, William Wordsworth, P.B. Shelley. The best poetry is that which comes naturally. This answer is the correct answer of this question is option C, William Wordsworth. Okay, option C, William Wordsworth. Now, next question we have, the poet is a man speaking to men. The poet is a man speaking to men. Wordsworth, Shelley, Coleridge, Keats. Who is the correct answer? Which writer has said this? So the correct statement is given by option A, William Wordsworth. Okay, option A, William Wordsworth. Next question we have, the function of criticism is to see the object as in itself it really is. Matthew Arnold, I.A. Richard, T.S. Eliot, or S.T. Coleridge. Correct answer, everybody. Do read the question and find out the correct quick answer and comment your answer quickly. You can relate one to another. You can find the keyword also. If anything is mentioned in the question, you can relate by the ages, term, the word, keyword. I always tell you to grab the keyword. Correct answer of this question, option A, Matthew Arnold. Okay, Matthew Arnold. Next question we have, all art is quite useless. Who said this? This is the PYQs, everybody. Many of the questions in this PDF is PYQ. Oscar Wilde, Matthew Arnold, John Ruskin, T.S. Eliot. All art is quite useless. Who stated? Option B, sorry, option A is the correct answer. Oscar Wilde said. Oscar Wilde said this. Okay, all art is quite useless is said by Oscar Wilde. Next question. Criticism is the play of the mind on the works of imagination. If there is anything error, anything is mistaken here with the concept or the term, the writer statement, you can please notify me. While preparing so many questions all together in a day, it can be possible, there is a possibility, it might be possible that you will find, but still, it's you can notify me, I will correct the PDF. Criticism is the play of the mind on the works of imagination. Arnold, Eliot, Levi's, Richard. Who said this? Criticism is the play of mind. Correct answer, option A, Matthew Arnold. There are many statements because you know how he has criticized all the writers. So many of the important writers you will find many of the important statements. Art for art's sake was the slogan of romantic movement, aesthetic movement, classical movement, and symbolist movement. Correct answer, art for art's sake is option B, aesthetic movement. Okay. Next question. Next question we have, poetry makes nothing happen. It survives in the valley of its making. Option A, W.H. Auden. Option B, T.S. Eliot. Option C, Yeats. And option D, Arnold. Correct answer, everybody. Poetry makes poetry makes nothing happen. It survives. Correct answer, W.H. Auden, Eliot. In the options it was mentioned. Yeats. Correct answer of this question would be it survives in the value of its making. So option A, W.H. Auden is the correct answer. Okay, Auden is the correct answer. Next question we have, the critic's job is to make fine distinctions. T.S. Eliot, F.R. Lewis, Matthew Arnold, I. Richard. Who said this? The critic's job is to make fine distinction. Correct answer of this question would be the critic's job is to make fine distinction is option B. F.R. Lewis is the correct answer. Okay, do remember. Next question. Poetry is not a turning loose of emotion but an escape from the emotion. Option A. Matthew Arnold. Option B. T.S. Eliot. W.B. Yeats. William Wordsworth. Correct answer. Poetry is not a turning loose of emotion but an escape from the emotion. So option B. T.S. Eliot is the correct answer. Okay. Next question we have, the study of literature should be moral because life itself is moral. Who said this? F.R. Lewis, I. Richard, Northrop Frye, Matthew Arnold. The study of literature. Correct answer of this question would be option A. Correct answer of this question would be option A. F.R. Lewis. Okay, option A. F.R. Lewis. Move on to the next one. The aim of the critic is to turn the attention from the poet to the poem. T.S. Eliot, Richard, Wimsett and Beardsley or Coleridge. The aim of the critic is to turn the attention from the poet to the poem. This is the statement given by option C, Wimsett and Beardsley. Okay. Next question. The term affective fallacy was coined by W.K. Wimsett and Monroe Beardsley, Clint Brooks, T.S. Eliot, I. Richard. Affective fallacy is coined by option A, Wimsett and Beardsley. Okay. Move on to the next question. Poetry is a kind of knowledge. Whose statement is this? Poetry is a kind of knowledge. Aristotle, Sidney, Coleridge, Shelley. Poetry is a kind of knowledge. Who said this, everybody? Poetry is a kind of knowledge is stated by option C, S.T. Coleridge. Next question. Who said art is the expression of the artist's emotion? Benedict Prose, Coleridge, Wordsworth, or John Ruskin? Art is the expression of the artist's emotion. Correct answer of this question is option A. Correct answer of the question is option A, Benedict Prose. Okay, this is the correct answer. Next question we have. Let's go on to the next question, everybody. The artist is the creator of beautiful things. This is the opening line of which work? The preface to the lyrical ballad, the picture of Dorian Gray, poetics, apology for poetry. The artist is the creator of beautiful things. Who said this? Correct answer of this question is option B, the picture of Dorian Gray. Okay. Next question we have, who believed that poetry transports the reader into the heart of things? Wordsworth, Shelley, Coleridge, Sidney. Who stated the transport the reader into the heart of things? Correct answer of the question is option B, P.B. Shelley. Okay, P.B. Shelley. Next question we have, A poem should not meant but be Archibald MacLeish, Ezra Pound, T.S. Eliot, Alan Tate. Who said this? A poem should not mean but be. Correct answer of this question would be option A, Archibald MacLeish. Next question we have. Criticism is the science of interpreting literary works. Dryden, Johnson, Coleridge, or Arnold. Correct answer. Criticism is the science of interpreting literary works. Correct answer of this question is option B, Johnson. Option B, Johnson. Next question. The critic should be objective, not emotional. Which critic emphasized this? I.E. Richard, Eliot, Arnold, Lewis. The critic should be objective, not emotional. Whose statement is this, everyone? Quickly comment your answer. This is the mock test series. Correct answer option C, Matthew Arnold. Okay, Matthew Arnold. Next question. The imagination is the shaping spirit. Wordsworth, Coleridge, Shelley, Keats. Imagination is the shaping spirit. Whose statement is this? Correct answer option B, S.T. Coleridge. Okay, S.T. Coleridge. Next question. Who said the end of poetry is a delight? Horace, Aristotle. Option C, Sydney, and option D, Dryden. The end of poetry is a delight. Correct answer. Correct answer. The end of poetry is delight is said by Horace. Okay, Horace. Next question, everybody. The poet is a maker. The term comes from the Greek word poesis, techne, mimesis, catharsis. The poet is a maker. Correct answer option A, poesis. Okay, poesis is the correct answer. Next question we have. The poet is of imagination all compact. Shakespeare, Coleridge, Wordsworth, Sydney. The poet is of imagination all compact is a statement by option A, William Shakespeare. Okay, William Shakespeare. Next question we have. The critic should have a historical sense which involves a perception of the pastness of the past. Matthew Arnold, F. R. Lewis, T. S. Eliot, Ezra Pound. Who said this? The critic should have a historical sense which involves a perception of the pastness of the past. So it is stated by option C, T.S. Eliot. Okay, remember T.S. Eliot tradition and the individual talent he talked about. The pastness of the, that means you should have the knowledge of the past, but you should create your own. Next question. A poet is born, a poet is born, not made. This classical statement was first proposed by Plato, Horace, Aristotle, Longinus. These are the important ancient literary critic. Everybody must not forget to prepare everything about them. Who said this? A poet is born, not made. Correct answer option B, Horace. Okay, option B, Horace. Next question we have. Now we are finally reached to the 99 question. Poetry is the record of the best and the happiest moments of the happiest and the best minds. Shelley, Wordsworth, Keats, Coleridge. Correct answer. Poetry is the record of the best. This is the mock test. Mock test, you cannot take too much time to solve the questions. You have to answer immediately, quickly. While reading the question, just instantly you have to answer. Correct answer of this question would be option A, P.B. Shelley. Okay, P.B. Shelley is the correct answer. Now, question number 100. Now, next question. Poetry is finer and more philosophical than history. Very, very important. Plato, Aristotle, Sydney, or Coleridge. Correct answer, everyone. Poetry is finer and moral, more philosophical than history is stated by option B, Aristotle. Okay, option B, Aristotle. Now let's move to the next. If there is any more questions rather than 101 only, yes, there are more questions. 101. In an essay of dramatic poesy, the character Neander, who expresses Dryden's own views, debates the merits of which type of drama? Comedies and tragedies, ancient French and English drama, Elizabethan and Restoration drama, heroic and blank verse drama. Correct answer? Correct answer you have seen already. Option B, ancient French and English drama. The character Neander talk about in the work in an essay of dramatic poesy by John Dryden. Very important. This work is from this work the thing that he has highlighted about the criticism. That is why he is known as the English literary criticism, the father of English literary criticism. Now let's move to the next question. Who is credited with bestowing the title Father of English Criticism upon John Dryden? Alexander Pope, Ben Jonson, Matthew Arnold, Samuel Johnson. Who is credited with bestowing the title Father of English Criticism? The consideration that the father of English criticism was Samuel Johnson. So option D would be the correct answer. Next question we have. Next question. Who is known as the father of English criticism? It is already clear. Next question we have. In an essay of dramatic poesy, who defends the superiority of the ancient over the moderns? Eugenius, Wrights, Lycidius, or Neander? Remember, very important. Already a PYQ. Correct answer, the one that defends the superiority of the ancient over the modern is option B. Option B is the correct answer. Option B, critics who defend the superiority of the ancient over the moderns. Okay. Next question we have. In the defense of poesy, Sidney compares poetry with philosophical and history, drama and epic, music and painting, logic and rhetoric. Correct answer, everybody. In the defense of poesy, Sidney compares poetry with. Correct answer. Option A, philosophy and history. Okay. Option A, philosophy and history. Next question we have. Aristotle defines tragedy as an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of a certain magnitude. This is found in which section of Poetics? Opening definition, middle discussion, epilogue, none of these. See how deeper the NT can go. Which section this line is mentioned? Option A, it is mentioned in the opening line. It is an opening definition of the work. Okay. Next question. This is already we have solved. This is important, so you must see who among the following critics defend English drama against the French unities? Coleridge, Neander, Johnson, or Sidney? Among the following critics defends English drama against the French unities? It is none other than option B, Neander, that is John Dryden. Okay. Next question we have. Johnson's preface to Shakespeare is mainly a defense of Shakespeare's obedience, obedience to classical rules, representation of universal human nature, historical accuracy, or use of poetic diction. John's preface to Shakespeare is mainly a defense of Shakespeare. Correct answer, everybody. Option B, representation of universal human nature. Okay. Next question. A poem is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. This appears. It is stated by Wordsworth. We all know. This appears in a work, a preface to the lyrical ballad 1800, biography literary 1872, a defense of poetry 1821, or the prelude 1850. Correct answer. It is by Romantic age William Wordsworth, writer, poet. So option A, 1800 preface to the lyrical ballad. Okay, so these are the questions, everybody. Let me see if there is any. This is also important. Coleridge distinguishes between fancy and imagination. In which chapter of Biographia Literaria this is mentioned? You have option 13, 14, 17 or 18. Correct answer? Fancy and imagination, he distinguishes. Coleridge. Correct answer, option A, chapter 13. Okay. In chapter 13, this is mentioned. Next question we have. Next question we have. The greatness of literature cannot be determined by the personal emotions of the reader. This aligns with which new critical concept? Intentional fallacy, affective fallacy, heresy of paraphrase, organic unity. The greatness of literature cannot be determined by the personal emotions of the reader. Correct answer of this question would be option B, affective fallacy. Okay, affective fallacy. Next question we have. The heresy of paraphrase, we just solve the questions by clean proofs, but you have to now solve that in which work this appears. The well-wrought urn, seven types of ambiguity, practical criticism, or the great tradition. Correct answer of this question would be it appears in the work option A, the well-wrought urn. Very important this work is. Next question we have. Tradition and the individual talent proposes that the poet must be original at all cost. The poet's mind is a medium, not a personality. Emotions is superior to intellect, and option B, form should dominate over meaning. Tradition and the individual talent proposes. Correct correct answer of this question would be option B. The poet's mind is a medium, not a personality. So this is what individual talent mentions. Another important question, in the great tradition, F.R. Lewis primarily studied option A medieval poets, option B major English novelists, option C romantic poets, and option D modern dramatists. In the great tradition, F.R. Lewis primarily studied. Correct answer of this question would be option B, major English novelist. Okay, major English novelist. So these are the questions related to literary criticism, and there are few mixed also you have seen. So how do you like this mock test series questions? If you want more such like this, you have to comment so that I can prepare for all 10 units. Okay. So do comment your answer, everybody. Do comment your thought, do comment your opinion. Let me know how do you like the class. These are the mock test detailed class with explanation we will definitely bring. Thank you so much for joining. Do take care of yourself and bye-bye.